Let's go back to concrete examples. One of the visual narration methods used by artists is shape language. This means that the shape of an object already tells something about its content-wise role, dramaturgical meaning, personality, or fate. For example, if we have a mountain in our story, it could look like shown in this painting, very soft and calm. The painter of this image also displayed a kind of mountain, but it looks clearly different. It's a rough mass of broken fragments which lead to impressions like danger, risk, and adventure. This example shows that a similar content like a mountain can have a very different meaning depending on its shape and appearance. One of our first test objects was a tree. Depending on the mood that should be communicated to the viewer, a tree can give a positive impression by a strong and healthy look, or a negative impression through a sick, dead look. When we want to implement a change between such very different looks, one challenge is to also find middle states for transition. So what we did is, we created a mesh object with two different deformation states, one for the most positive emotion and one for the worst. To transform these states, we use shape keys, which are often used for facial expressions in animation. The shape key mechanism easily allows us to calculate seamless transitions between these two states. In contrast to the typical facial animation use cases, we use shape keys to change the dramatic look and feel, instead of changing the content-wise meaning, at least primarily. Furthermore, we use the shape keys not for obviously visible animations, but for soft and progressive deformations in background when the dramaturgical mood of the scene changes. Finally, let's have a look to an example scenario that implements the visual adaptation on a shape level. It is a very simple level where the player is challenged to reach this boat. To do so, they have to collect wooden planks, which can be reached in different ways. Each decision the user has to make can end in a morally good or bad way, which influences the dramaturgical mood reflected by the adaptive visual design. Let's first behave in a good way. This door is locked and we need to find a way to open it. Here's a key inside the fountain, and we remove some water to reach it, but only as much as the fish is still in water and keeps alive. Now we can open the door and see what is behind it. So here's our first piece of wood, but the otter is sleeping on it. So behaving in a good way, we try to distract him with some food. Now we can take the plank and continue. Now we want to move forward to the beach. Walking over the plants is a convenient shortcut, but let's keep the nature intact and take the longer way around. Here we have our second piece of wood. We can go to the boat now and finish this little level. When we look around, we see that the whole appearance of the scene is beautiful and healthy, which matches our morally good decisions. See what happens if we play the bad guy. We start in the same situation, but instead of opening the door with a key, we simply want to destroy it somehow, so we want to get out of here. This box of dynamite looks very handy for that. And we can just bomb this doorway. So no reason to be friendly to that animal. It's in my way, so just chew it. Oh, and we can get the wood also. And I'm really too lazy to take the long way, so I just walk over the plants to take the shortest way. And I can take the wood plank. Looking back now shows a completely different mood of the scene, although the number and kind of objects all stayed the same. They just changed their appearance according to the dramaturgy that we influenced by our decisions. So what we did in this work is trying to adjust the visual narration and dramaturgy of an object to the story-wise narrative dramaturgy in real time. To create more intense and atmospherical dense scenes, it might be useful to do similar with other channels like light, color, and sound. One danger of this approach is substantive change. When objects deform, their meaning changes inevitably too. Two extreme changes therefore might change the narrative meaning so much that unwanted overlapping with story contents might happen. Authors should be aware of that and always reflect critically the versatility of this method. In this example, our adaptive footage was used for visual feedback in an end-user experience. This is only one possible use case. Other fields of application can include rapid prototyping or visualization support for story writers, for example. Even if content and the visual stage setup are created or proved manually by authors, this approach could be used to modify the look and feel of a scene, for example for different points in time of a complex storyline. So this was a short overview over the basic idea of adaptive shape language. To learn more about that project, visit our website or contact us directly anytime. Thanks for watching.